Hello, everyone. My name is Professor Jaregi. Most people end up calling me Mr. or Professor J, and I'm going to be with you the next 8 weeks working through this super fun stats course here at GWC. First things first, I'm going to share my screen to just kind of show what we're talking about here and get you accustomed to how the course works. First things first, here we go. Here is the Canvas page. It will be published soon, or will be published by the time you see this video. And everything's going to be here right from the home. You can click on week 1, week 2. The eventual week 3, 4, 5, and 6 will show up here. You can't see them. But first things first, we're going to look through the syllabus and kind of jump back and forth between the Canvas and the syllabus. Uh, please feel free to download and read through yourself. So that syllabus. Here it is. Here's all my info. There's a class. The course number is changed from 160 to 1000, but some paperwork still says the 1000, some says 160, so it's a little bit confusing. So I've included the 160 here. Uh, my office hours, every Zoom, or I'm sorry, every Sunday, I will be available just to ask questions. Hey, there's something wrong. Hey, there's something that doesn't make sense. I think the grading was off, whatever it might be, at 8 p.m. And you hopefully have seen that here, Sunday, 8 p.m. You can click on that Zoom link. That's where I'll be. I know it says Chapman, but that's just because that's where I work most of the time is at Chapman. And then I'm here at GWC for part of the time. I've actually been at GWC much longer, but the Zoom account is free at Chapman, so I use that one. But anyways, back to the syllabus. So class, here it is. Everything is on the weekly modules that you saw me click. There'll be lecture videos and homework assignments. I'll show that in a second. In week 2, there'll be some discussions. They're pretty heavily graded, so we want to make sure to pay attention in those discussions, where you will post something and then talk about some other students' posts. There'll be homework, like I mentioned, and there's a quiz in the online homework manager, MyOpenMath. It's completely free, and you can click on it through the Canvas page. You might have to create an account real quick, but just clicking on the Canvas page will get you there. And then the test will be in Canvas. Attendance policy, I'll be looking if you miss quizzes, tests, or discussions. So just keep doing your assignments, then that counts as your attendance. Course description, objectives, and student learning outcomes. It's all about just taking some statistical analysis and learning to extrapolate information. We've probably done some stats in the past, but now we'll really try to make some inferences and extend beyond what the data shows. The book is here if you ever want to look at it. That's just the ordering, but in all honesty, everything you'll ever need is in my videos or in my notes. Uh, TI 8384 calculator, that's the calculator you're going to want to use. There are some really good phone 8384 calculators you can use. So maybe you want to download that app and you can do it for under 10 bucks. There are other calculators that work, but my lecture videos will be out of a TI-84, so you're gonna want that. You definitely need computer access regularly. Everything's gonna be online. Doing this through your phone internet is gonna be really tough, but I suppose possible. Academic dishonesty, please don't cheat. I know it may be tempting, but Canvas will notify me if you're clicking away from the page too often, so just try to stay on that. Here's the grade breakdown. Uh, Nothing fancy here. Just note that like the 15% discussion is a big part of your grade along with the 30% homework. And there is no late homework, but we'll talk about that right now. Uh, so quizzes aren't anything fancy. They look just like the homework. They happen 2 every week. And I know that sounds intense, but we are in an 8-week course. And this class is going to feel fast. And hopefully you knew that when you signed up. I think it's manageable, but we do have to spend some time doing these things. There's a lot of lecture to follow and a lot of lecture to go through. So just try to do your best to stay on schedule. Each quiz will have 2 attempts. So if you get it wrong again, just maybe try go back and study, notice what you got wrong, and then restart it. The discussions will be on Canvas, and they're a big part of your grade. I'll be responding and grading and asking to clarify and pointing things out. So just taking a look at Canvas where we can see some of these items. So week one, we've started kind of light. So I'm clicking on week one right there. You can also click on the modules over here, but there'll always be your task list, kind of what I expect you to do and go in order. There'll be notes up here. You can see your chapter one video. Most videos will be me, but there are a couple of videos that I've borrowed from a fellow lecturer. One day they will all be me, but just trying to play a little bit of catch up right now. Uh, the syllabus video, this video will be right there, the one that you're watching. But you can see in the activities, there's an intro discussion just to kind of get used to it, and then your homework and your quiz. But this is just kind of to feel it out, see what it's like, see if you like it. But things pick up week two. So you can see there'll be a week two task list that'll be updated. I've not updated it yet. Chapter 2 and 3 notes. There are, 8 lecture videos here. They're kind of short when they're separated like this. So good to know. Then I'll have a major assignments and a minor assignments. It says activities, but it should say assignments. So there'll be discussion here. I have not chosen exactly which one I want to do. So there'll be one discussion, and you can see 2 quizzes, one from chapter 2 and one from chapter 3. And then all your homeworks here. So week 2, there's like 12 assignments. So there's a pretty large time commitment to this class. But if we commit, it's very, very manageable as far as grade goes. It's one of those kind of easy B's, hard A's. So it's just something to be aware of. And then week 3 through 7, or I'm sorry, week 3 through 8 will all look, for the most part, the same. Okay, back to that uh, thing. The homework, you just saw what the homework looked like. You have unlimited tries. And if there's ever any homework problem or single problem that's giving you some trouble, skip it. Write it down, email me about it. I could probably fix it on the back end. Like if you think you're doing things right and you think it's a technological issue, good chance it is. It happens all the time. And that's perfectly okay. Just send me an email and we'll figure that out after the fact. Your final and midterm exam will be in the same format and they will be in Canvas. So it's a different testing system, one that I can monitor a little bit more time-wise and see that your windows haven't changed. So please try not to, or please try to prepare appropriately for them. We'll talk more about it when we get closer. Class tips for success, you can read it there. Mainly keep on schedule, send me emails, talk to me in Zoom hours. Right? That's going to be your best bet just to make sure we get through this without pulling too much hair out. Uh, you can read this philosophy, but bottom line is this class takes time. So just be ready to put that time in. Like I said, if you do put the time in, it is manageable. And then here's our schedule. So you can see chapter 1 is, or first week, starts out nice, getting us used to the flow. But chapter 2, there's discussions, quizzes, homework. Discussions, quizzes, homework. Chapter 5, or week 5, there's the midterm, and we'll talk about week 8 when we get there. Oh, and I just realized some of these dates are off, but I can change that a little bit later. But yeah, so that's what we got for the kind of intro video syllabus. If there's any questions, please send me an email. I'd like to know all your questions. But yeah, you can read my bio. So see up here said Stat C 1000. It doesn't say that's where oh my goodness, it doesn't say that in my roster, so it's a little bit awkward. But eventually all these weeks will be highlighted and available. Wrote a little bit about myself. There's my new daughter. She's 1 years old. Uh, but yeah, again, if there's any questions, send me an email. Other than that, I look forward to working with you this semester. So, uh, have a great week.